Locker room, what's up? I'm in LA, man, with so much I want to talk to you guys about. Of course, you know I was at the fight last night and I watched an epic, an epic card for the first MMA fight on Netflix. You can say what you want. And a lot of people I hear rumbling about the time, because it went from 6 to 9, which I thought was perfect, even though they had a schedule from 6 to 10. But you got out early because there was such explosive fights. They were all explosive fights. You had 3 first-round knockouts, and then you get to a second round, and then another first-round knockout. And Nate Diaz really went to 3 rounds. His corner called a stop to the fight while he was on the bench between second rounds and third rounds and third round. And his corner called, Nate's older and everything. Corners just stopped it because he bleeding everywhere. But Nate bleeds a lot, because he has all the scar tissue in his face. And a lot of times why I love Nate so much, why we all love Nate so much is even when he has all that blood everywhere all over him, when he sees blood, he goes and hunt for blood, and that makes a huge difference. I wanted to see Nate come out for that third round. I understand his corner. I understand what his corner did. I understand Mike Perry had got him pretty good. I was a little worried, too, because Mike Perry got him in the body a couple of times, and you could feel it when he hit him in the body. I mean, Mike Perry was ripped and hot, and he was ready. Even when I watched him in the workouts and everything, in the presser, he was just ready to fight. And it dawned on me, like, everybody loves Mike Perry. He's a great fighter, fights hard, he gives you a show. But everybody loved Nate Diaz just a little bit more. And Mike Perry wanted that love. And he went in and fought with the hate because he wanted the love. And yeah, you could see that. You could see that. I'm gonna tell you something else too, though. Francis Ngannou, boy, that was a hell of a fight. Francis Ngannou knocking out Lins was an incredible fight. I mean, Francis with his hands, and when I watched him even in the practice, he would kick in the guy with the pads, and the guy was almost like he about to knock out the guy while he was hitting the pads. What strength? Reminds me a lot of Larry Allen. Now, that main event of Ronda Rousey, while we were there, I heard people talking about, oh man, this must have been a setup. No, I don't buy that. Not at all. I saw Ronda all week. I saw her in practice. I saw what she can do. I've never seen anybody move around on the ground like that and able to get to that arm bar like that. So many moves that she has. So funny, when she warms up, reminds me of Dak Prescott doing that thing he does right before the game, loosening his hips. And when she gets you and she flips you on your hips, like she went at Gina, tackles you and get you on the ground. Once you're on the ground, stop it. It's over. It's over. I mean, that girl was bad, boy. That girl's bad. I guarantee you right now, Ronda can come back and beat most of the girls in the UFC right now. The only thing I would worry about is when she runs into my girl Amanda Nunes. That would be a little bit too much for her. I'm sure that would be a little bit too much for her. But anything else short of Amanda Nunes and maybe even Holly Holmes again, but I believe she may be able to get Holly if she got a shot and she can get Holly down. Holly fought her and kept her off of her. But if she gets Amanda on the ground, I don't know if Amanda can survive that. This girl is different in that judo. And she says she's not fighting anymore. She wants to move towards the Dana White role for MVP, the MMA arm of MVP. So I hope she gets that. But I'm telling you guys, that was an epic night. It was a great night. Netflix did a great job with this fight. And I hope we get many, many more of them like this. You know, I've been talking to Clarissa Shields, and I was there with Alyssa Baumgartner also because they were at the fight, and then they got into something at the fight, and I videoed it. I've been talking to them, trying to see if I can get them on the show, on my Netflix show, you know, because I want to see them pump this fight now. Everybody, because the video of Clarissa, I want to say allegedly, but I was right there. I want to say allegedly slapping her is starting to circulate. But I was right there. You know, I was videoing. But I won't post it because they asked me not to post it. I sent it to them, but I won't post it because it's not mine. It's not on me, but somebody else posted it. And I talked to both of them, and I'm like, man, this would be insane. I don't know if y'all can figure out how to catch weight and try to get in the ring, you know, and Clarissa got so many belts, and Amy had some belts. But for all they have, none of it will get them here to what we're talking about right now. And I said to him, man, you guys, look at what Jake Paul has done. He didn't go with any of these regulations or governing bodies, WBCC. He went straight to the people. And that's where you can get paid right now. Because a fight between those two, Alyssa Baumgartner and I call her AB just to make sure I get the last name right. AB, I'm not Antonio Brown, you know. I have to put AB, boxer, and because I got AB, football, you know what I mean? But that fight would be insane, especially now after this. If I'm them, I'm taking a Conor McGregor route right here. Speaking of Conor McGregor, you see the UFC announced Conor McGregor's return during this MMA fight, during MVP's MMA fight. I don't know if that's big enough to do anything for me. I mean, I heard it, but I don't know what he has left in his tank. And I know he's supposedly going up against Max Bless Holloway. And I promise you, Bless ain't gonna just let you walk over him. He doesn't play like that. That's a different dude. So yeah, I can. So Conor McGregor comes back again. If he loses again, and he had been losing before he left, I mean, what is in that name? You know, what is in that name? Where has Conor McGregor been? What has he done? It's not like it's a John Jones. John Jones goes away, and he hadn't lost. So he comes back as powerful as he went away. Conor McGregor, you go away after you done got whooped. So you come back. Are you coming back for the money or another whooping? Because I don't know that you still have that mystique that you had when you were winning all the fights. So it was an incredible, epic night for Netflix. And I'll be talking about it all day tomorrow on the White House show. So, you know, me and Le'Veon, we did everything. We went through all the events, and we had a real great time. It was insane. So you guys got to tune in and catch it. And then tune in and see. We're going to walk you through this whole week. And a great week it was. It really was. I think the last couple weeks have been so special for me because I've been so immersed in what Netflix is doing. The greatest platform out here is Netflix. I've been immersed in it. First, I went 2 weeks ago in the Netflix is a joke, me doing the comedy and all of those stuff, just popping up, all that out there. And then this week, to the great fight. So these last couple weeks have been great. I can't wait to continue to look forward. I even posted a picture of me and Bella. That's the girl who controls all the content on Netflix and everything. I told her, this is my new Jerry Jones. You see what I mean? My new Jerry Jones. My girl right there. I love her too. She's a good girl. She's a good, smart woman. Jerry introduced me to her. You see what I'm saying? So I'm sure Jerry saw that post when I said my new Jerry Jones. I'm sure he probably smiled and laughed about that. But the future, I believe, with the NFL is in this right here, Netflix. Netflix getting that Brazil game. Netflix getting, Australia getting one of those games. I know they're getting one of those international games. So I don't remember which one, but I know we were talking about they're getting it. And I already said I believe what's going to happen because ESPN now gets the Super Bowl, that it goes from ESPN, boom, to the streamer, to the Netflixes. Because I just can't even imagine what happened if you give Netflix a Super Bowl. And what that'll be, because Netflix is really all over the world, and that's where you want the Super Bowls to go. So I'll be looking forward to that. See what happens with all of that. But I'm so happy to be right where I am. And I told you guys when I left the network a couple years ago, Jerry and I had already discussed what was coming. That's why I was okay with departing the NFL network. You see what they did with the network. They broke it off, sold it off, pieces. Netflix ain't breaking off nothing. Netflix, that's the way to go. They're the biggest and the baddest. And your boy is right there with them. I'm going to be at every event that they pull out. I guarantee it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. I'll be right there. But the good part is, if I'm there, you are there. Because I will pull you on in. And I'm always down, because I got this team and these people putting these cameras on me everywhere, kind of like streaming, all the time at these events. Everybody's following. I mean, it's real good stuff, man. We're really enjoying it. So, you guys keep tuning in. And I appreciate it. I ran into a guy today. He said, man, I watch you on all your platforms, man. He mentioned the locker room. He said, I watch the White House, man. He said, I see you on the sidelines at Miami, man. He said, man, I appreciate you. I follow you. I was like, man, that's real cool, man. Because now the game's different. And people, they used to buy into networks, and now they're buying into people. They're getting to learn and know people more. And that's what I always say, especially so many people say so many things about me, negative things, all the crazy stuff. That's all cool. I don't expect that to go anywhere. But if you're seeing me this much, now you get to draw your conclusions on what you think, because I am in your face so much. If you're only seeing me Sunday morning at this time, or Thursday night at that time, that's a difference. But now we get to see people, we get to learn people, we get to understand and know who people are, because we get to chat more. So I enjoy that. I really do enjoy that. So I wanted to talk the fight, because that was epic last night for Netflix. But I want to also right now talk about the lack of fight I saw in this Game 7 in the NBA from Detroit. Mind blown. At home, Detroit gets beat down like that. And my part here, and I don't know how you would explain this, and I didn't think it was a good look, because, like I said, this thing here is pure. And somehow, some way, somebody ran a commercial saying Cleveland and New York in the Eastern Conference Finals before that game was played. Before that Game 7 was played, somebody slipped and ran that promo. And now everybody's talking about a script. A script. And in order for me to adhere or subscribe to something like that, you got to think about this, man. So Cade Cunningham scored 13 points tonight. So you're saying he's in on it? Tobias Harris, you're saying those guys are in on it? That's the hard part for me. That's the hard part. You can say they got a script, but those guys aren't going to participate. Granted, when Cade only puts up that many points, you start saying, but those dudes aren't that. I have told you guys how hard it is to bounce back after an emotional win like that. And you saw what Detroit did just a couple of days ago. And now they got to turn back around and try to do it again. Game 7, when you left home feeling that high of pushing it to the Game 7 and saying, man, we got it back at home. Now we should be able to take care of our business. And it was a blowout from whistle to gun. It was a straight blowout. I can't tell you how excited I am to look forward to the Cleveland, New York battle. I wanted that a little bit more than I wanted Detroit, New York. I just thought that battle, a couple of things. It gave New York the home field, but it also gives you get scores like Donovan Mitchell going up against the Jalen Brunsons and the James Harden. James Harden now gets another opportunity because, James Harden, I saw a stat where he played 17 years. Every year he's been in the playoffs, in the postseason. Every year. He's never grabbed that crown, but he's been in the postseason. So let's see what happens now starting Game 1 Tuesday in New York. I'm excited about that. It's New York, Cleveland on one side, and y'all know what's happening on the other. It's OKC and Wemby. Can't wait to watch it, bro. Tune in and watch us put a bow. Tune into the White House and watch us put a bow on this great Ronda Rousey epic MMA night. I'm telling you, that was special locker room. But we'll be bringing you way more special things. Great moments. Like that fight was on Netflix. Got to run with the winners, run with the champs. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm running with Netflix because they're the winner, they're the champs. But I'm running with you guys too because you winners and you're champs. Appreciate you.